So basically, the normal starting position is going to be one foot facing your opponent, the other foot to your side at a 45-degree-ish angle, and then your hips facing your opponent. So you always want to be facing them. And the reason why that is if you're facing sort of this way and you need to travel that way, it's kind of impossible to do without twisting your body. Whereas if I'm facing my opponent, if I need to travel that way, it's a lot more simple. Then there are steps. For example, there's the passing step. Then you have steps where you bring your front foot forward and back foot back, so they meet in the middle. Like that. Okay, and then there are certain guard positions too. So you have the fool, which is like this, where you keep the pommel on your hip and point the tip of the sword at basically your enemy's face. That way you have good control, good movements, and good blocking so that you're able to sort of deflect the blade wherever you need to go. Then you have the ox, which is one that we've been studying a lot, where you sort of go like this, and then you can strike from here by bringing the blade down, bringing it around your back, and coming out. Now, every swipe from the sword and every cut has a step. So we start in this guard position, and we just swipe down from 1 o'clock, 1 down to 7. Then you take one step as as you swing, the momentum comes down. Take one step, and you rotate your back foot. So it's a passing step, basically. And also, you're not swinging a baseball bat, so you're not really putting all of your body momentum behind it, because if you put all your body momentum behind it and you're down here, all of your momentum is down here, so you can't really recover and come back up very quickly. So what you do is you sort of let the weight of the blade do its own thing to follow the blade. So it's more of a push forward. You just push this arm forward and extend as much as you can and draw your blade down. So now what we are about right now is distance. Your distance specifically is what it's called. And your distance is, it's kind of confusing. So when we're actually practicing, we just say distance. But your distance means how far you are away from me where I can hit you. So if I just come down, take one big long step, my point just barely touches you. And that is distance. That is where I am a threat to you. It's your distance because I am a threat to you. Whereas my distance is where you are a threat to me. So a little confusing, but we make it work. So one drill that we've been practicing lately is where, well, just one thing that we've been doing lately, pretty much a beginner drill. This is what I did at my first practice and when I came home and practiced. There's sirens, I don't know if you can hear that. But anyways, what we did is we would take it, be in this guard position here. Sorry, there were lots of cars and people. Okay, I think it passed. So, so the drill that, one of the drills that I started with and what I basically practiced every day last week until Tuesday where I started learning slightly more advanced stuff is basically to start in this guard position here. And it's a very common guard position, but I just forgot the name, so. But anyways, you start here, and basically for this one, you don't want the blade to be straight up. You want to keep your elbows tucked in, and you kind of want the end of the guard sort of almost in your armpit and the blade almost resting on your shoulder. So you want it to be sort of at an angle like that. So you start in this guard position here, and you just sort of practice taking a step out, doing the passing step, taking your step out, rotating your foot, pushing out, coming down, just like that. And then you bring it down and you end in full. So one guard position will always end in another one. So now I'm in full, and it's facing you. And then you step back and just do it in reverse. So it's almost like a defensive thing. So offensive, to throw the strike, and defensive. So if you swipe at me like that, I can come back up. And that's sort of a drill that you can do with your partner. They swipe at you, or I swipe at you, and you come up. You swipe at me, and I come up. And so that's just what I was kind of practicing a lot last week. Okay, so anyways, there are slightly more advanced ones where you can start in the ox up here, and we learned sort of how to do the same 1 o'clock strike at the ox. And sorry, it's a little dark. I can see if I can change position and get maybe better lighting here. There we go, that's a little better. So you can start with the ox like this, and what you want to do is bring the point down and then bring it behind your head and sort of just roll your back hand over the pommel. And of course, every cut has a step. So as you bring it down, you just do the same thing. So it's basically the exact same cut as starting up here and going 1 to 7, but just starting from the ox position. And there's a bit more movement in it. And of course, most every guard position has its opposite. So you have full, start up here, you can step back and it goes to the other hip. Whereas one ox is up here and the other ox is up here. We can do the same thing by simply tilt down and doing the same roll. And that's more of a 11 to 5 sort of cut. So there's that. And then another thing that we did, and this is the drill that we practiced last time, is where you would be in a sort of, in this position here, and again, the name, they're all in these weird German names, so this one, again, escapes me. But this is kind of like a taunt position, almost, because you look at my body, and there's really, you wouldn't think that there's much to do. So say they come down at the same 1 to 7 strike. And this is something that me and Jay actually practiced with a lot, my instructor Jay, where he would strike down like that, and I would have to step out this way and block him to deflect his blade down that way, and then I would come around and cut him just like you would with the ox. So it comes around and cuts. So I'm in this position here, he comes over and cuts me, I take my left foot, step out this way, and rotate the blade so it's ready to be to cut again. So I rotate it like that. So this hand is just providing the support, and my hand on the pommel is ready to rotate it around like that. So I'm just like this. He strikes from the 1 to 6, or I'm sorry, the 1 to 7, just like that. I'll step out of the way, come up here to deflect the blade, and then come around just like the ox and attack again. And of course, every single cut has a step. So I cut up this way, step out, cut down, and step out again. So anyways, that's what we've been doing. We've also been doing some knife drills as well. Sorry, so we have another quick change in scenery. But anyways, this cardboard is a knife, right? So most knife attackers, are not going to be very experienced. So they're sort of going to come at you, like that. And well, no, that wasn't very good. I can probably do that a little better. But they just sort of come at you like that, straight up into the belly area. And so we did some defense against that. So they come up like this, come up like that, and what you want to do is, guard position maybe right here or down here or something to, completely natural, completely relaxed. It's just a way to move your hands quickly without, seeming obvious about it. So we can keep our guard position right here, and you want to open it up and catch their arm as they come up to stab you in the sort of fold of your hand. So you catch it like that, and then from there you can grab onto them and take the knife. So me and Jay did that a lot. We sort of went back and forth with that, and this part of my wrist got pretty beat up just from that sort of impact force a bunch of times. We also showed he also showed how to use that and then bring them to the ground, but that's kind of hard to show without a partner. So we did that, and then we also did a sort of ice pick grip to the chest. So something like that. And with that one, so it's kind of a ice pick to the chest sort of thing. And for that one, you're able to deflect it just by bringing out your arm. And even if you can't really do anything, that'll still deflect it off to the side. But what you want to do is bring it in, take it, grab their hand, and then once this is grabbed, it'll deflect it, and you can then take it. And again, it's kind of hard to show without a partner, but it worked very well. And then from there, you can also take them down, based on your footwork. You can slide this foot forward, use the weight of your shoulder to bend them backwards, and then so you can sort of, as they slide and you deflect their arm, bring this foot forward, use the weight of their shoulder to bend them backwards, and then sort of trip them back, and use your right hand to touch your left foot. And so almost as if you're gonna bend over and touch your foot, that's kind of what you want to do, and that'll get them on the ground. But anyways, we sort of dabbled with knife stuff because that's actually what Jay is most famous for. He's written books and stuff about knives, and also we looked at some manuals and looked at some sort of ancient manuals and books, and it was very interesting to read how they wrote it and how they illustrated it and things like that. But anyways, that's where I am right now. That's what I've been practicing. I've been doing a lot of the ox movement, and also doing the whole deflection, bring down, and swipe. But again, it's kind of hard without a partner. So, but anyways, just wanted to show you what I've been doing, and I'll talk to you later.